Hello, singers. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is another singer talk. One of you sent me a question. Is there an age limit for singing? No, you can sing at any age. From when you're a tiny little kid all the way into your senior years. Your golden years, even at an advanced age. But we do need to be careful when it comes to children and preteens. Why? Because a child's muscles are still developing, and their vocal mechanism is still developing too. So we can't do exercises that put too much strain on them. We have to be very careful not to injure their vocal muscles. So if a 6, 7, or 8-year-old is taking singing lessons, the teacher needs to be very cautious with the exercises, making sure the child isn't forcing their voice or shouting to sing. The same goes for preteens, up until around 16 or 17 years old. For example, when I started studying vocal technique for classical singing, I began at 15. But not every place accepts preteens to study such an in-depth technique. At the Dramatic and Musical Conservatory, where I started classical singing, they did allow it. And my teacher was extremely careful because my voice was still developing. After I turned 18, I applied to the Municipal School of Music and got in to study classical voice there as well. At the time, they only accepted students starting at 18, when the voice is more developed. And I heard that nowadays they accept students starting at 16. I think that's the minimum age. Anyway, you need to take special care when working with children's voices and preteen voices. Paying close attention so they don't get hurt, don't shout, don't strain the muscles, and so on. And then there are the benefits of vocal technique for people with more mature voices, seniors, folks in their golden years. And for someone who's already a bit older, the advantage is that vocal technique helps strengthen their muscles so they don't end up with that shaky, wobbly voice. Because those muscles age too, right? All of our muscles age along with our bodies, including our vocal tract, meaning everything we use to sing. So it's not that an elderly person won't have any vocal wobble, they might, but with vocal training it will be much less. So if you want to sing and you're already a bit older and you've never sung before, and you've always dreamed of learning, it's not too late. That's something I want to emphasize. It's never too early, and it's never too late to learn how to sing. And I truly believe everyone is capable of learning to sing. If you have vocal folds, if you have your whole vocal tract, if you have lungs, I've even taught deaf students. Even deaf people were able to sing. In my teaching experience, I've taught deaf students and I've taught people with Alzheimer's. And if you have a child who's showing a predisposition or interest in singing, even if the child isn't very in tune, it doesn't matter. If you notice your child, nephew, relative, a friend's kid, whoever, is showing a desire to sing, encourage them. Children develop musical aptitude much faster than adults, and that will benefit them later in life. They're much more likely to become an in-tune adult. Even if the child sings off-key, out of rhythm, gets everything wrong, it doesn't matter. These things are learned, and they will learn them, so encourage them. Another one of your questions answered here. If you have more questions, please leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram, where I'm always posting updates, musical news, recordings, and everything I'm working on. See you next time. Bye-bye.